What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV, and I want to do another video talking about boxing, man. Of course, you know, the big fight this past weekend was Anthony Joshua. He regained his titles, against Andy Ruiz Jr. And look, Joshua won the fight. We all know that. But my issue was how he won the fight. And I'm not the only one. And the fact that most likely we're not going to see the fight that we all want to see. Okay? I'm not the only one that had a problem with the way he fought. The champ himself, Deontay Wilder, said in an interview that he thought the way that Joshua fought wasn't conducive for a heavyweight champion. This is what Wilder said. He said, Joshua did what he had to do to get the win. He ran around the ring and was on his bike all day. Basically, he had Klitschko, Vladimir, in the camp, and he was a lot like Klitschko. That jab, grab, hold method. That's all he did tonight. He was so hesitant. Joshua's mentality was to survive. The Klitschko method. You want to dominate guys, man. I'm not coming in after losing to this guy to just dance and grab and jab and hold. I'm going to show the world and convince them I am the very best and that no one is close to me, especially with what's going on in the division right now. It's a time of proving who is the best. How can no one say I'm not the very best in the world now? I've given you what you pay for each and every time, especially when you're talking about a heavyweight bout. Fans come to see knockouts. They come to see something dramatic. A body lying on the canvas, spread like it's having birth. That's what people want to see, and that's my mentality. 100, no, 1,000, nope. 1,000,000% agree with what Deontay Wilder said. Okay? No one wants to see a big ass heavyweight who's afraid of getting caught. Pity pat, run, hold all fucking day. I can't stand it. I hate it when Tyson would fight somebody who was scared and they would do that. The clutch, grab, hold shit. I mean, Bone Crusher Smith did that to him. You know what I'm saying? So many different other guys that would fight Tyson, they would try to get away with that shit. Jab, hold, jab, hold, jab, hold, to the point where the official, the ref, would start taking points away from the guy. Nobody would come to see some shit like that. And it's funny because I said this before in the video. Floyd Mayweather, who was a little guy, was a brilliant defensive fighter. But fans who didn't like Floyd, for whatever reason it was, whether they didn't like him as a person, or if you're fucking racist, which a lot of them are, you criticize the fact that this guy, the argument was, man, why don't Floyd just stay there, stand and fight toe to toe like a man? Why don't he fight like a man? All he does is run around the ring all day. All he does is run around the ring all day. Meanwhile, you got big ass Anthony Joshua and big ass Tyson Fury, all 6'9" of them, running around the fucking ring dancing. And magically now all of a sudden you got fans applauding that shit. And the guy that fight the way they say they want Floyd to fight, Deontay Wilder, coming in throwing bombs, knocking people the fuck out. Now all of a sudden you don't like it. Now all of a sudden, it's primal, it's primitive, and he doesn't have any skills. But like I said in my other video, the great Rocky Marciano, who didn't really start boxing until he was in his mid-20s, and never was, I guess, what you would call a skilled guy. Rocky had heart and guts, and he had nails in his stomach, and he was just a beast, and he would, it didn't matter if he was down 4 or 5 rounds. He'd come back and win because he had heart and determination and guts. It's because he's white and you're rooting against a black fighter. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a racist. Yeah, okay, whatever you say. There's a certain common denominator I'm seeing in this situation. Whenever there's a black fighter that's fighting in a way that you claim you like, now all of a sudden you don't like. The fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? The heavyweight division is supposed to be a division, and it's always been a division dominated by punchers, man. That's why they've always been the biggest stars in this division, from John L. Sullivan on. They've always been it's like in baseball, the home run slugger, man. Everybody appreciates the singles guy, the guy that hits 300. You know what I'm saying? Everybody appreciates the Rod Carews and the Paul Molitors. Don't get me wrong. But the biggest stars have always been the Mickey Mantles, the Babe Ruths, you know what I'm saying? The Mark McGuires, the Barry Bonds, always been these guys, Sammy Sosa. I know they're dirty, whatever, but the biggest stars have always been the power guys. And everybody always fascinated with the great home run hitters. And that translates to boxing. That's the knockout guys. And the heavy division is the best when it comes to being the knockout guys. Like I said, from John L. Sullivan to Jim Jeffries to Jack Dempsey to Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, Sonny Liston, all of the big stars. Now, Ali was a little bit of an exception, but Ali would show you when it came down to it, especially as his speed and skills diminished, he had more heart than any other fighter, and he would go toe to toe with these guys. This guy went toe to toe with Ernie Shavers. That fight probably fucked up Ali permanently. He was pissing blood. He was urinating kidney tissue after that fight. But he did what the fuck he had to do to win because he was tough as a motherfucker, which is what that division has always exemplified. And Deontay Wilder is that. Go to Tyson. Now, everybody appreciates Larry Holmes. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. Okay? But we saw with Mike Tyson at the time what the heavyweight division was all about. Now, Deontay Wilder, he's on a whole nother level when it comes to power. I thought I would never see a guy that could knock people like Mike Tyson, but all it takes is one from Wilder. All it takes is one, and everybody knows it. All it takes is one. It can be the 10th round, and Wilder could be down 8 rounds to 2. But he's always going to be in a fight until the very last second because of that knockout power. He carries his knockout power all the way to the 12th round. It's scary. I honestly believe right now, if I had to guess, the three hardest hitters in division history to me are Wilder, Shavers, and George Foreman, prime George Foreman. Okay? And that's why these guys are scared to fight him. Now, at least Tyson Fury did fight him, but you know what? After that fight, Tyson Fury don't want no parts of him anytime soon. Joshua, forget about it. He's scared. I don't give a fuck what any of you dudes talking about. Now, you know what I'm saying? You guys that are Joshua fans, you guys won't saying shit the past couple of months. Now he gets on his bike and fights and beats up, you know what I'm saying, a bloated Andy Ruiz, you know what I'm saying, who history is starting to show is a fluke, and he was scared to fight that guy. He's scared to fight him. What the fuck you think how he feels towards Deontay Wilder? Even Wilder knows that he'll never fight him, man, because he's fucking scared of him. On fighting Joshua, the unification bout, quote, I don't think we'll ever see a unification bout. We'll never see it. I don't want people to get their hopes up on it because it'll never happen. His promoter, talking about Eddie Hearn, talks about what they've accomplished, how many people attend, how they sell out this and that. But the thing is, nobody gives a fuck about those statistics and numbers. People want to see your heavyweight in there with our heavyweight. That's it. We're tired of hearing that other shit. I'm too dangerous. You seen what I could do in the ring. I don't play around. And they know it. They know if Ruiz can get Joshua out there, imagine what the fuck I could do. That's why they stay away from me. And he's absolutely goddamn right. He's goddamn Clubber Lane to fucking Rocky. But in this situation, there ain't no movie magic that can get Rocky past Clubber. Okay? There ain't no movie magic that can get Joshua past Wilder. He gets in the ring with Wilder. Wilder's gonna fucking knock that boy out. And I mean knock him the fuck out. He knows it. He's gonna knock him the fuck out. He might even go to the fucking ICU. And Joshua don't want no parts of that. Nor does Eddie Hearn. Because that'll be it for Joshua. Got motherfuckers in here talking about, oh, well, Wilder needs to give Tyson a rematch. And what the fuck are you talking about? Fury's the one that don't want to fucking fight him again. Y'all some lame brain, either y'all some lame brain ass motherfuckers, or y'all dudes are so dishonest and so deceptively, y'all just so dishonest and so like, oh my God. You guys have no fucking morals or scruples about you, man. Do you need any more evidence to prove that they're scared of this guy? Look at the last two guys Tyson Fury have fought. After Joshua beat Andy Ruiz, the first thing he should have said was even at least give a hint. He didn't even give a hint that he was interested in fighting Wilder. They don't want to fight this dude because they know what time it is.